In this video, we'll implement get method in both department and student controller. We'll start with department controller. Before that, let's add necessary imports here using student web API dot models. Here we are just importing models from this models folder. Okay. Next, using system.data using system.data.sql client to connect SQL Server, then using system.configuration. Okay, now go to web config file to add connection string. Here after app settings, connection strings. Inside this, add name student app DB, then connection string. Here I'm going to server explorer. Here connect with database, server name put dot, then database, select your database, our database student DB, then click OK. See here we have connection string. Copy this and pasting here. Then provider name will be system.data.sql client. Okay, that's it. Go to department controller. Here we'll create get method, public http response message, method name will be get. Okay, inside this we'll have data table, dt new data table. Next we'll have string query. Here I am using @ symbol to use multi-line query. Next go to SQL Server. Here write the select query, select go to department table. Here we have two columns, department ID and department name. Department ID, comma, department name from dbo.department. Let's execute this. Here we have two records. Okay, copy this query and pasting here. Next, using where connection. Here we'll create connection, new SQL connection. Here we'll use configuration manager. Dot connection strings. Inside this, within double quote, we have to specify our connection string name. Here I named this as student app DB, and dot connection string using where cmd equal new SQL command. Here we'll pass the query and then connection. Next we'll use data adapter using where da equal new SQL data adapter. Here we'll pass this command. Next cmd dot command type equal to command type dot text da data adapter dot fill dt will fill the data in data table. Finally, we'll return the response return request dot create response http status code dot ok comma dt will pass the table in response. Now save and run this application. We'll test this in Postman. Copy the URL, pasting here, then followed by API and then department. Here we have different methods. Now we are testing get method. Select that, then click send. Now we have the result which we got in SQL Server, that same result. Okay. Now we'll add the same get method to student controller. For that I am going to copy this get method here and pasting here and adding necessary imports using student web API dot models using system dot data using system dot data dot SQL client using system dot configuration. Okay, now we have to modify this select query. Select what are the columns we have in student tables. Okay, student ID, student name, father name, department from dbo.student. Let's execute this query. We got the result. Okay, copy this. Just modify this query. Okay, now everything okay. Now we'll test in Postman. Okay, run this app. I'm going to copy this URL and click new tab. Just pasting here. Now we test get method only. Change the controller to student. Then click send. See here, we got the result as we expected.